Alright, magandang araw po muli sa ating lahat. Ito na naman po tayo nagpapatuloy sa atin pong kwentuhan ng kaalaman at karanasan, no? Pero ang ating pinag-uusapan dito ay patungkol sa ating social work profession. And specifically, tayo po ngayon ay nasa topic 3 na po, no? At ang ating title or topic ngayon ay patungkol sa ating social work tools, or kung sa kabilang banda ang atin pong madalas na marinig sa mga guro, no, itong tools in social work, no. Muli, ang atin pong reference dito ay ang mga aklat na isinulat nila Madam Telma Lee Mendoza, no, Leonora de Guzman at marami pang iba. Alright? So, isa-isahin po natin at alam ko handa na tayo para matuto muli sa ating pagtalakay nitong social work tools. Alright? Ano nga ba itong tools in social work o social work tools? Alright? This is a tool that anything regarded as necessary in the carrying out of one's occupation or profession. Sa madaling salita, ito ay mga kagamitan o mga estratehiya na ginagamit ng atin pong mga social workers o practitioners para maisakatuparan ang kanyang sinumpaan profession at ang trabaho na nakaatang dito. Ano ba itong social work main tools, no? Itong mayroon tayong 4 na tools na ginagamit sa practice ng ating profession. At kailangan tayo dito ay specialized or may skills, no? Or expert tayo para ito ay maging effective sa ating practice. Una na dito, yung tinatawag na interviewing, no? Interviewing. Pangalawa, yung discussion. Pangatlo, yung referral. Pang-apat, itong case recording. Tandaan po natin yung 4 ha. 4. Interviewing, discussion, referral, and case recording. Alright, isa-isahin po natin ito, no? So, pag sinabing interviewing, this refers to a set of verbal and non-verbal interactions. Sinabing verbal interactions, mayroon kang kausap, no? Mayroon kang kinakausap. At mayroon ding word dito na non-verbal interactions. Pwede mo itong gamitin yung iyong pagmamasid, no? The main purpose of which is to gather information in order to decide sa course of action. Take note, kaya ka mag-i-interview kasi mangangalap ka ng mga information, di ba? Mangangalap ka ng impormasyon patungkol sa ating kliyente na makakatulong ito para sa pagbubuo ng ating action mismo para maresolbahan ang kanyang problema. Okay? A skill in listening, interpreting, and asking questions, clarify or elaborate the problem, providing data that will enable the worker to make a diagnostic assessment. Pansinin nyo ha, napakahalaga nitong tool kasi kailangan kaakibat din dito, no? Mayroon tayong skills. Saan? Sa pakikinig, pag-i-interpret ng ating mga figures o mga data, and syempre pagtatanong, dahil mahirap kapag ikaw nakikinig or mayroon kang listening skills pero kulang ka sa pag-ask ng mga tanong. So, it will clarify or elaborate the problem, no? Saan ba patungo itong mga gusto nating impormasyon? Of course, papunta yan sa paggawa ng ating diagnostic assessment. Okay? Tandaan po natin ang skills natin sa interviewing ha. Skills in listening, interpreting, asking questions, clarifications, elaboration of the problem para maging basis ito bilang social worker sa paggawa natin ng ating mga diagnostic assessment. No? Alright. Next. Discussion. It is a type of informal conversation in which each individual in the group contributes his, her thinking and participates in decision making. Alright. This is a type of informal conversation. Informal conversation in which yung individual in the group contributes. Yan ha. Informal lang itong conversation, pero yung isang individual na yan na nasa grupo ay nagko-contribute ito. No? Nagpa-participate, nag-iisip paano makakagawa ng decision sa concern. No? The social worker must ensure that everyone participates and is involved in the discussion towards decision making. So dito, kung grupo ito, parang group work, mayroon kang tinatanong sa kanila, hindi lang isa ang dapat mong bigyan ng tanong. Kundi tanong mo, pwede rin sa iba. At paano natin ito hihikayatin na mag-participate sa atin pong ginagawang discussion or talakayan. Okay? Take note ha, the social worker must ensure that everyone participates and involved in the discussion towards decision making. Alright? Next. Okay, may similarities ito between interviewing and discussion. So, tingnan natin kung ano ito. Alright, ang similarities ha. Number 1, each involves 2 or more persons. Siyempre, mahirap naman kung mag-isa lang ang nag-uusap, no? Nagsasalitang mag-isa. So, walang involvement yan. Siya lang mag-isa. So, ibig sabihin, hindi siya dalawa dahil isa lang siya. Okay? Right. Number 2, there is a give and take between and among the participants. Aba, you should know how to traffic. Kasi, alam ko, pag maraming mga experience or well-experience ang ating mga kinakausap, lahat yan gustong magsalita, mag-aagawan, magsasapawan. Kailangan magaling ka sa traffic. Paano mo ito gagawin? Kailangan sa rules mo, kailangan mayroon tayong tinatawag na give and take. Ako muna, mamaya ka naman pakatapos ko. Okay? Number 3, communication is both verbal and non-verbal. Yes, pwede ho yun. No? Yung verbal, syempre, kagaya nito, nagsasalita tayo. We are communicating this to the public para mas marami pa ang makaintindi kung ano itong mga tools in social work na ginagamit ng social worker sa practice. No? So, kasama na rin dyan yung mga non-verbal. At yung mga non-verbal, mga cues, mga gestures, no? Mga mannerisms na pwede nating i-observe habang tayo ay nakikipag-usap. Okay? Number 4, they both have common purpose. Okay, ano yung mga purpose? To reach some kind of understanding or decision. Dapat klaro ang purpose natin, no? Kaya nga ito ay similarities between interviewing and discussion. Parehas lang po yan. May magandang intention, may magandang purpose, no? Halimbawa, to reach some kind of understanding or decision. Okay? Number 5, both may be formal, informal, planned, or spontaneous. Pwede ho formal ang atin pong interview or discussion. Pwede naman pong informal, pwedeng planned, or spontaneous. Ang spontaneous, tuloy-tuloy lang. Yung planado, kailangan mayroon ditong script, no? Para hindi magkamali. Siyempre, formal and informal, no? Number 6, goals may be either immediate or long-term or both, no? Ano ba ito? Kailangan yung goal mo klaro, no? Achievable. Pwede long-term, no? Or immediate, urgent, no? Okay. Number 3 is referral. Ano ba itong referral naman? No? This is the process by which a client is helped to move on to another resource for service. Okay? Ang reason for referral, no single agency can serve all the needs of man or clients in a complex society. No? This implies knowledge of available community resources. Siyempre, ang social worker dito, no, gagamit siya ng referral once na hindi available sa kanyang pinaglilingkuran ang mga social services na kailangan ng isang kliyente based on diagnostic assessment. Ano? So, yan yung sinasabi, no single agency can serve. Totoo po yan. Kasi dapat tinitingnan natin na ang concern ng client, hindi naman po pwedeng lagi tayong meron solution na internal or within. So, sometimes, kailangan natin i-explore na ang ibang organizations na makapag-provide ng iba't ibang mga service yun din, aside from the services that being provided by the current agency in which the client is helping. Alright? So, complex, ha? Okay. Implies knowledge on available community resources. Mabilis kasi at madali ang trabaho kapag may alam kang mga tatakbuhan. Kaya nga, yung mga social services, kaya napakaganda kapag may inventory ka ng community resources, no? Mga list of non-government organization, government organizations na makakatulong sa atin pong interventions. Ano? Okay. Siyempre, mas gusto natin naman na mabilis ang ating proseso. Alright, pang-apat. Ang pang-apat, ito po yung tinatawag natin na case recording. Ano ba itong case recording? No? Ang case recording considered an indirect tool of social work intervention. No? Ano ba itong social work intervention? Of course, kaya nga indirect at saka considered, ha? Hindi naman hindi mahirap kasi kapag hindi natin kino-consider itong indirect tool. Kailangan mo kasi ito sa social work interventions, hindi laging primary, no? Kailangan mo gumamit ng secondary strategy. Okay? It is an account in writing of the progress of the case, no? Mahina tayo minsan sa pagsusulat ng ating case study. Sometimes na mabagal or hindi natin nagagawan kaagad ng social case study report ang atin pong mga na-encounter na clients, no? So this time we need to account, no, through writing of the progress ng bawat kaso. It can be a process recording, step-by-step account, or condensed or summary recording. So mamimili ka lang dito, no? Ang isang concern na malaki ngayon sa mga social workers is that sa amin pong pinuntahan ng mga in-assist natin ng mga LGUs dahil may programa ang DSWD na SDCA, ano, na i-assess ang lahat po ng mga nag-i-engage into social activities, no, mga programs para makita at may standardize ito, no? So take note po, no, sa process recording, either ito step by step, condensed or summary recording, no? Kailangan po natin ito bilang mga social workers. Alright? Okay. Mayroon tayong apat na purpose nitong tinatawag na case recording. Apat, ha? Number 1. For practice, to ensure adequate service to client. Sa practice, ha, dapat ma-ensure natin ang adequate na serbisyo sa ating client. Okay, number 2. For administration, to evaluate the discharge of responsibility. Kailangan ma-evaluate natin the discharge of responsibility doon sa administrative function. Okay, purpose. Number 3, for teaching and supervision, to communicate knowledge and improve skills. Napakahalaga ho nito eh. Yung mag-communicate tayo ng ating mga knowledge at ma-improve yung ating skills. No? Papaano? Okay? So, teaching and supervision. Okay? Pang-apat, pwede ito sa research. Alright? Pwede gamitin yung research to discover new knowledge and for social policy formulation and planning. Siyempre, very basic ito para sa atin lahat na dapat meron pa tayong ibang strategy, no? No? Sa case recording, no? Kagaya nitong discover new knowledge and social policy formulation and planning. But of course, this is through the research. Alright? Ano pa? Ano naman ang pagkakaiba ng case recording at saka case study? No? Marami kasi ding nalilito dito. Case recording versus case study. Anong pagkakaiba nito? No? Many people tend to use the terms case recording and case study interchangeably. Okay? Alright. Usapin natin ito, ha? The first part of the case recording is the case study. Of course, hindi ka po pwede magkaroon pa ng case recording o mauna ang case recording mo kung wala kang social case study. Kasi yung case study mismo na yan, ang tawag dyan is case requirement or case recording. Oh? So, una dapat ang case study. Ha? Una dapat ang case study. Okay? The casework pioneers divided social work practice into 3. Tingnan natin ito, ha. 3 daw na phases dinivide itong social work practice. No? Sabi ng mga pioneers ng casework. Isa na dito yung study, diagnosis, and treatment. Basic ito sa casework, no? Itong study, diagnosis, and treatment. So, ngayon ka pa lang nagbasa, pwede ka na magkaroon ng diagnosis at treatment. Okay? The case study contains only the initial materials for study, diagnosis, and assessment. Tandaan po natin, ha, yung case study, naglalaman lang siya ng mga initial materials for study purpose, diagnosis, and assessment. While the case record is an account of the case from beginning to end. Case record, mula sa simula hanggang sa ito ay umalis dyan sa iyong organisasyon, mayroon siyang case recording. Dapat ito ay na-update, no? Okay. So, whether the client is individual, family, group, or community. Yes, applicable ito lahat. Okay? Now, there are also types of recording, no? Mga major styles of case recording. Number 1, narrative recording. Ito yung processed or condensed. Narrative, ha? Talagang detail dyan na isinusulat natin. Pero pipiliin lang natin what's best, no? No? Dito sa atin. Okay, number 2. Okay? Summary recording. Ano ba itong summary recording? Marami sa mga social workers hindi na gumagawa nito, no? Itong narrative kasi na recording, talagang detalyado 'yan, no? Detalyado, kung pwede yan, minuto, oras-oras, etc. Kaya nga, processes. Yung summary recording, sinasummarize mo lang ang lahat ng mga na-records. Kaya mga nakikita mo. Kailangan mayroon ka pa ding interpretation, diagnostic, and evaluative recording. Of course, ikaw din ang nag-evaluate yan, no? Ini-interpret mo rin yan. Okay? Dinadiagnose mo rin kagaya ng mga doktor. So, kailangan natin ito. So, these are the types of recording. Okay? Sa narrative style of recording, this is actually concerned with the reporting of facts. Ano ba ito? No? Mga factual basis na kailangan natin siyang i-narrate, no? Halimbawa, yung condensed, abridged, compact version usually used for case conferences. So yung mahaba, paiksiin natin, no? Kaya nga, condensed, abridged, no? Para yung mahaba, hindi na yun ang kailangan. Mapapagod tayo doon sa pakinig. So, kailangan natin, ano nga lang ba ang pinaka-sum up dito? Summaries. Alright? Number 2, itong processed. A written description of the dynamic interaction that has taken place in an interview or a visit. Napakahalaga ho nito eh. Written description of the dynamic interaction. Nandiyan na mismo. Dapat isinusulat natin ng malinaw, no? And meron tayong dynamic interaction na kailangan i-consider during the interview or a visit. Okay? Sa process recording, this contains the purpose of interview, workers' observation, description of the intentions, impressions, workers' roles, and plans. Proseso nga ito eh. So, dapat to kompleto. Okay? Attention is directed to attitude. Yan. Take note ha. Yung attention mo sa pag-process ng recording mo, pagsusulat nito, no? After interview, observations, kailangan mo ang attention, no? Attention saan? Sa mga kaugalian, no? Mga pagbabago and motivation. Alright? Next, ang summary recording naman, it is a review of recapitulation of materials which has already appeared in the case record. No? Recapitulation, parang nire-recap mo lang ito. Has already appeared in the case record. Nakalimutan, kaya nagre-recap ka. O kaya wala, para ma-refresh, mayroon ka dapat. Okay? There are 4 types of summaries. 1, social history, periodic summary, transfer summary, and closing summary or summary mismo. So, ito yung 4 na types of summaries. Okay? Ano yung isa-isa? Isa-isahin natin itong summary recording. No? Itong summary recording, sabi niya, social history is of 2 types. Una, socio-economic history when the presenting problem involves economical or economic survival. Number 2, psychosocial or psychogenetic history when the presenting problem involves an impairment of psychosocial conference or psychosocial functioning. No? Yan po ang ibig sabihin nitong summary recording. Okay? Yan. Ano naman itong periodic summary? Okay? Ang periodic summary, it is made to cover a certain period of time during which the case is handled applicable to long-term cases. Okay? Ano siya eh? Kaya nga, periodic, ano? It is made of cover a certain period of time. So, parang mayroon lang period of time kayo during which the case is handled. Okay? Transfer summary, ano naman ito? It is made when the cases is to be transferred or is being referred to another agency. Alright? Transfer summary, ibig sabihin na achieve na kung ano ang goal natin sa ating beneficiary at ready na siya, no? I-refer sa other agency, lalong-lalo kapag malaki na ito or wala sa atin ang ibang mga programs na kailangan ng isang kliyente. Okay? So, mayroon pa, no? Sa D, closing summary or entry. Ano ba to? It focuses on the causes and results of the treatment or intervention. This covers situation of intake and the reasons involved, the problems that emerge, the treatment given, services extended, or interviewing made, interventions made, the progress, movement, or change achieved, and the results or the status of the case. So, mayroon po tayong tinatawag na interpretative, diagnostic, and evaluative record. So this type of recording points out that the meaning of facts. Its significance lies in the social interpretation of the case by the worker. This carries in fact the worker's own opinion. Okay? Significance of records. Bakit napakahalaga nito? Because records are for professional use. They also need the worker and the client assess the situation from time to time and to monitor progress. They are designed to help the worker in realistic and practical way to serve the client's best interest. Okay? Yan ang significance. Alright? So, in summary, itong significance of records, napakaganda nito, ano? Because it will help the worker and the client assess the situation from time to time, and can design to help the worker in realistic and practical way to serve the client's best interest. Ito talaga ang pinakabuod, no? No? Realistic and practical way to serve the client's best interest. Okay? So, yun po muna ang isa na namang discussion natin patungkol sa ating social work profession. Lalong-lalo na yung mga na-interview kagaya ko. At saka pangalawa, yung nabibigyan ng pagkakataon na maimbita, no, para makatulong sa atin pong mga sa atin pong mga pag-aaral o pagsasanay. Alright? So, with that, marami pong salamat sa inyo pong oras, pakikinig sa atin pong pagtalakay sa social work tools. Alright? Thank you.